Hello and welcome to my YouTube. This YouTube is playing 8 Christmas carols on the E463 keyboard using custom Christmas styles. In this YouTube, I'm going to show you how to download 8 custom Christmas styles from my online box, install them in your E463 keyboard, and play 8 Christmas carols. Here are the 8 Christmas carols: Little Drummer Boy, Feliz Navidad, It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Silent Night, The First Noel, and White Christmas. I have collected these 8 Christmas styles and put them up on the web in my online box. You can go into my box and download all 8 Christmas styles. I will put the URL of my online box in my comments below, and you can click on that URL to go directly into my online box. After you download the 8 Christmas styles into your smartphone or your tablet or your computer, you must transfer the 8 style files onto a USB thumb drive. This will allow you to install the styles into your E463 keyboard. When you load the 8 styles files onto the thumb drive, you must follow these 2 rules. Number 1, nothing but the 8 style files can be loaded onto the thumb drive. The second requirement, the 8 style files cannot be inside a folder on the thumb drive. Here's a screenshot of my USB thumb drive with the 8 Christmas styles loaded into it. So here you see that they're listed. Notice they're not in a folder, and there is nothing else on this thumb drive except these 8 styles. And the .sty tells me this is a style file compatible with my Yamaha keyboard. Once the 8 styles are loaded onto the thumb drive, insert the thumb drive into the slot marked To Device on the back of the E463 keyboard. Here you see my thumb drive plugged into it, this connection right here. I suggest you sit down and write up a list of the 8 Christmas style songs and decide which of the 10 memory locations you're going to store each of the 8 song styles. Like this. Make you a list that looks like this. Trust me, I've done this several hundred times, and it becomes confusing where you're putting things if you don't have a nice list to look at when you start transferring these files around. I speak from experience here. So here are the steps to load a style into one of the 10 style memory locations in the E463. So number 1, insert the thumb drive with the styles into the slot on the back of the keyboard, and then wait about 60 seconds for the keyboard to recognize the thumb drive. This doesn't happen instantaneously, so don't just stick it in there and then start pressing the function button. What'll happen, you'll get an error message that says, I can't find the styles, I can't find them, and you'll think something's going wrong. It just takes your keyboard a little while to register what is out there on that thumb drive. So be patient. Give it a minute. So after the minute, then press and hold the function button for about 2 seconds. And when you do that, this is what you should see on the screen. Save Sample. SAVESMPL. That is what will always come up, after you hold this function button for about 2 seconds. Use the category buttons, these two buttons right here, to select load style. So you're going to sit here and keep punching this button, and different names will flash up on the screen. This is what you're looking for. This means we're going to load a style from the thumb drive into the keyboard. This is where we need to be. So once you get there, once you see this message, load style, then you're going to press the execute button. In other words, execute means do it. Okay, so we're at load style, we hit execute, click. Now you will be able to see all the styles loaded onto the thumb drive by rotating the rotary wheel as you look at the names of the style files on the thumb drive. So rotate the rotary wheel, which is up over here, and as you do, you will cycle through all 8 of the style files loaded on that thumb drive. It's helpful to have your little list because, as you see, it only shows a small number of letters. It can't fully print and show to Drummer Boy. It cannot show it came upon a midnight clear. It just shows a few of the letters of the beginning of the name. Okay? Here, for example, this is what Little Drummer Boy looks like. This is what It Came Upon a Midnight Clear looks like. This is what The First Noel looks like. We call this truncated, chopped off. Okay, so you're using the rotary wheel, and as you spin it around, these different file names will flash on the screen, allowing you to select which one you want now. And when you see the one you want, you're going to tap the execute button right here. It's also the 0 button, but it says execute underneath. When you do that, then it will say load to ? And there will be a number between 236 and 245 on the screen. Again, you will use the rotary wheel to select which of the 10 style memory locations you want to load your chosen style into. And once again, when you finally dial up the style or the memory location you want, you're going to tap that execute button to make it happen. So these numbers go from 236 to 245. There are only 10 of them. Your screen will now say load OK? In other words, it wants to kind of be sure that this is what you want to do. You want to load this style from the thumb drive into this memory location. Is that what you want? And to do it, you press the execute button. You're going to keep tapping that little button 3 or 4 times here. Okay, now your screen will say loading as the selected style file is being loaded into the style memory location you have selected back in step 6. How long will this take? I can't tell you exactly. It depends on how big your style is. There's small ones, medium ones, and large ones. Let's just say this is going to take somewhere, I don't know, in the 8, 10, 12, 15 seconds. Let's say between 5 and 15 seconds. That's what mine takes. Yours will probably be somewhere in there. Don't worry, just keep watching the screen. When it's done, it goes back to this. When your style has successfully loaded into the memory location you've selected, your screen will once again say load style, and you can repeat the process to load each of the Christmas styles from the thumb drive into one of the 10 E463 keyboard memory slots. You have 10 slots, and that's it. So when you're done with each one, it always comes back here and you're ready to go get the next one. Here we are at the E463 keyboard, and I've got my camera mounted right above the screen. So here's the screen. Here are the two category buttons. Here's the rotary dial. Up here is the function button, and right here is the execute button. That's what I'm going to be using to load this in. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by loading It Came Upon a Midnight Clear, and I want to load that into memory location 238, okay? 238. All right, step one is I'm going to press and hold the function button for a couple of seconds. Ready, click, hold, and it comes up and it always starts here, Save Sample. Now I'm going to use this category button as I watch this. I'm looking for load. Click, 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 click. Load style. That's what I need, load style. Now I'm going to press the execute button. Ready? Click. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking inside the thumb drive at the various songs. And I can use my rotary wheel to dial through and look at all of the songs. I'm looking for It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. Here it is. It came. So I'm going to hit the execute button. Ready? Click. And it says, where do you want to load this into? I've already decided on my cheat sheet, I want it to go into memory slot 238. Okay? So I'll use my rotary dial, and I'm watching right here, 236, 237, 238. I just rotated that. And now I'm going to hit the execute button. Ready? Click. And it says load OK. In other words, are you sure that's what you want? Yes. Hit the execute. Ready? Click. And now it's loading. It Came Upon a Midnight Clear into memory location 238. And I just sit here and watch it for 10, 15 seconds, however long it takes. It's still going. And it's done. And it goes right back where I started, load style. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to load Santa Claus Is Coming to Town into memory location 240. Santa Claus into 240. So here we go. I'm already at load style, so I'm just going to hit the execute button. Ready? Click. Now we're inside the thumb drive, and I'll use the rotary wheel. And I'm looking for Santa Claus. There he is. Santa Claus Is Coming to Town. So that's the one I want. I'm going to hit the execute. Ready? Click. And it says, where do you want to store it? I've already decided that it's going to go in 240. So let me rotate the wheel as I look right here. 37, 38, 39, 240. That's where we're going to store it. And I hit the execute. Ready? Click. Load OK. Are you sure that's what you want? Yes. Ready? Execute. So now we're loading Santa Claus Is Coming to Town into memory location 240. And I'm just watching the screen as it loads. It's pulling it off the thumb drive and storing it in the memory. Done. And it goes back to load style. So I want to do one more thing here. Let's do this. Let's put Silent Night into memory location 241. Silent Night 241. So it says load style. I'm hitting the execute button. Ready? Click. Now I use the rotary dial. We're looking inside the thumb. Whoops, there it is right there. There is Silent Night. So I hit execute, ready, click, and we've decided it goes into 241. So I look at this number, rotate, 240, 241. That's where I want to store it. So I hit the execute button. Ready, click, load OK. Yes, that's what I want. Ready, click execute. It's loading. So now we've loaded 3 of the songs, or 3 of the styles in 3 different memory locations. And I just bounced around to show you how it works. That's all I need. It's done, and we are done. Okay? Now, I've already loaded in all 8 of these, 8 of these styles. And if I come down here and now I hit the style button, ready, click. Now with my rotary wheel, I'm going to go back to 236, that's Little Drummer Boy. 237 is Feliz Navidad. 238 is It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. 239 is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I'm rotating the rotary dial. 240 is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. 241 is Silent Night. 242 is The First Noel. And 243 is White Christmas. So you've watched me load 3 styles from the thumb drive and stored them in one of the 10 style memory locations in the E463. And then just by pressing the style button, I can use the rotary wheel and call up any one of the styles that I want to play. You can only store a maximum of 10 custom styles into the E463 keyboard at a time in memory locations 236 up to 245. That's all you can store. To get another one, you're going to overwrite one of the existing 10. You only have 10 slots. Once you have successfully loaded the 8 Christmas styles into your E463 keyboard, you're ready to call up a style and play the Christmas carol. So to do that, you will tap the Style button and use the rotary wheel or the number keypad to select which of the 8 Christmas styles you want. You're going to be selecting one of those numbers from 236 up to 243 in this case. We only have 8, from 236 to 243. Let's go live to the keyboard and watch me do everything I've just talked about, and we'll listen to the 8 Christmas carol styles.